Hello everyone, this is Cindy with Monarch Mom DIY. I would like to welcome you. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am here today with my third DIY video of Christmas farmhouse decor. I'm really having a lot of fun putting these together for you, and I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone because I do have a holiday craft show coming up in about 1 month on Saturday, November 23rd. So many of the items that I am creating for you on this channel, I am making multiples, but not too many, like maybe 4 of each item to then sell in my craft show. So what I would love for you to tell me about the DIYs in this video and in my previous 2 Christmas decor videos is if you would tell me about the price range that you think these items would sell for in a craft show. Maybe you've gone to craft shows or just have seen some of these similar items in other places. You kind of know, because I tell you where I buy my supplies. You kind of have an idea of how much the product is costing me, but how much do I add in for my time? So if any of you have any ideas about that, I would love to hear that in the comments of this video and my other 2 Christmas decor videos. I will be sure to link those in the description box and at the end of the video in the end screen. So today I'm excited to bring you 3 more Christmas decors. Like I said, 2 of them are things that you would maybe hang in your home, and then the third item is an ornament idea. These would be great for like a gift exchange or just to decorate your tree if you have a farmhouse style. So before I get started with the video though, if you are here for the first time, I would love it if you would subscribe by hitting that red subscribe button and then hit the bell also so you will be notified of my future videos. And of course, I hope that everyone will give this video a big thumbs up. If we can get this video to 500 likes, I will be sure to get out another Christmas DIY video for you as soon as I possibly can. So with all of that being said, let's get into today's DIY. For this first project, I'm using one of these tall frames from the Dollar Tree, some snowflake ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and some floral Christmas picks. These J and Y are from Hobby Lobby. You get 2 of them for $1.47, and they're fairly large. I'm also using some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. The first thing I'm going to do is give these letters and the snowflake a coat of Waverly Chalk Paint in the color Elephant. It's like a dark gray. And if you've never used this chalk paint before, it covers really, really well. It's a little thicker than regular acrylic paint. Next, I'm going to take the plastic frame without the glass or backing, and I'm going to give it a coat of spray paint in this dark gray. Next, I'm going to take my glass of my frame, and I'm just kind of measuring it. It is a little wider than a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper. It was about 14 inches by about 7 1/4. So here I'm just trimming my scrapbook paper, and I'm going to piece 2 pieces together as seamlessly as possible. I'm going to Mod Podge them onto the front of the glass. I didn't want to put them behind because I didn't want the shiny of the glass. So I'm going to use my matte Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree in just a moment and attach these to the front of the glass. You definitely want to make sure you use enough Mod Podge, but here you can see I had a little too much, so I started scraping some off with my paintbrush. Once that was completely dry, I did take my little crafting knife and just cut right up against the glass to trim any excess paper. Here now I'm just placing my wood letters and snowflake to kind of get an idea of where they should go. And I decided to take my white chalk paint and just dry brush a little bit on there, kind of go around the edges, just to give it a little bit more of a rustic farmhouse look and not look quite so perfect. What's great about this is you can put the paint on and then use a little sandpaper if you decide that some places got too much paint. So now I'm taking the glass of my frame and putting it back in. I just, for video purposes, used the metal pegs. I probably, before the craft show, will go ahead and do a line of hot glue around the back just to make sure the glass stays in place. Here I'm measuring and counting squares to try and find the center of the space so that that's where I will place the snowflake and then put the J and Y on either side evenly. So we're just using my hot glue gun and some Gorilla hot glue sticks to get this attached to the front of our sign. Now I will say that this sign would be for indoor purposes only. If you were going to hang it outside, I would put another layer of Mod Podge over the front of the paper, but just be sure to use the matte finish if you're not wanting it to be shiny. So for the finishing touch, I'm just taking some of my leftover Christmas florals that I've cut apart and used for other things. I'm just kind of eyeballing and seeing what I like. I'm going to put some in the top left corner and maybe a little on the bottom right to give it some symmetry. Once you have the front decorated how you like it, you can just flip it over, and I'm just going to use a piece of jute twine and attach a little hanger to the back, so that is an option for the person purchasing it. They can either set this on a shelf or hang it on the wall. And here's our finished product. It's hard to believe this was made with a dollar frame from Dollar Tree and just a few other items. For the next project, I'm using a wood picture frame I got at a thrift store, some more Dollar Tree florals, a little red cardinal from Dollar Tree, and this stick of balsa wood from Hobby Lobby. This is probably the most expensive part of this project, only because I don't own a good saw at home, but this wood is so thin and spongy, I guess, that you can cut through it with a decent steak knife. So here I just measured top to bottom of the opening, and I'm cutting a piece of the balsa wood to snugly fit in that space. And then I will cut 2 smaller pieces to fit on either side. I'm going to use wood glue to glue these pieces in to make it look like a window. I will say, working with this balsa wood, it's better to cut the piece a little bit big and then use some sandpaper. It sands down really easily to get it to fit how you want it. Here I'm taking my Waverly Chalk Paint in the color Truffle. You know I love it so much. And I'm just giving both the pieces of balsa wood and my frame a coat of this, so they're all going to start out the same color. I want to mention this is a paintbrush from Dollar Tree, and I really love it. They are $1 a piece, but I think they are worth it. The brush tip is long and it's synthetic, so it's really easy to clean also. And as I mentioned before, here I'm using my Gorilla wood glue to glue these 3 balsa wood pieces in to make this look like a 4-paned window. And here's what it looked like. I will say I did do the long piece and then let that dry before I put the 2 side pieces in. Okay, now I'm taking my Waverly Chalk Paint in white, and I'm just going to roughly give this a coat. I want it to look like it was a wood window painted white and just has gotten weathered, and that's the brown peeking through. This is super fun to do. It's very flexible, so you just blob some paint on with kind of a dry brush, and then if you end up getting more than you want in any space, like I said with the wood letters for the first project, you just use some sandpaper and then sand some more away. So just have fun with this. It's really a great way to just kind of be creative, and you know, there's no wrong way to do it. All right, once that's dry, now you get to just start creating. I have 2 of the premium Christmas picks from this year, and I have a little red cardinal bird. I'm just going to start piecing this together until it is how I want it. I'm also going to use this red and black plaid ribbon that I found at Dollar General. So in order to make this simple bow, I'm looping it around and tying it in the middle with a jute string. I'm going to make 2 of these. The one that will go on top is just a little bit smaller, so it'll give it kind of a full bow appearance. So I'm going to do this twice, and then I'm going to hot glue them to each other. Wrap another smaller piece of the ribbon around the center, and then make the tail pieces with even another piece of the ribbon. There are many methods out there for making bows. This is just the one that is easiest for me. And yeah, let's just watch this DIY come together. And here's how the window decor turned out. I absolutely love it. You saw though, it just took me a little bit of kind of moving things around to see what I liked. And here is the ornament DIY I was telling you about. I have some Scrabble tiles from leftover games I always look for at thrift stores, some burlap, some jute twine, and some ribbon. Here I am taking my wood glue, and this is just a thin piece of chipboard. You could use cardboard from cereal boxes. I just wanted something that would hold these Scrabble tiles together. So I just picked out some different Christmas type words: joy, Noel, hope, peace, and love. And I'm just gluing them with my wood glue to the straight edges of this piece of chipboard. All right, once these were completely dry, I took my little crafting knife here and just cut against the straight edge. You have to go just a couple times depending on how thick your little chipboard or cardboard is. I love this little knife. It is linked in my description box. It's very handy to have and very easy on your hands to hold it this way. So if there's any excess, I'm trimming that off as well. I just really love this idea because it just gives a backing, a neutral backing to the ornament for what we're going to do next. So I have this burlap from burlapfabric.com. However, you can use anything, even the burlap ribbon that you can get at Dollar Tree. I'm using my wood glue again and gluing each of these now to the center of a piece of burlap. You'll see I left a little bit of an edge all the way around each set of Scrabble tiles. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I want to leave a fringe around the sides and the bottom of each word, and then I'm going to trim it. I'm leaving the top because you'll see in a minute I'm going to hot glue it around to make a little bit of a loop for our jute string, which will hang the ornament on the tree. Okay, so I'm putting a piece of jute string there. I'm not gluing the string, I'm just gluing that top piece of burlap around it so that that string will still move freely in there. Do this to all of the ornaments. Okay, now I'm just taking some red and white gingham ribbon. I believe I got this around Valentine's time at Dollar Tree, but just use whatever ribbon. You could use plain red, any other color that you'd like. I'm just making a simple bow. Sorry, it's really not focused. There we go. So just kind of holding it up to the ornament to get it the size that I want. So I'm going to make one of these for each of my ornaments. Then I'm taking a thin piece of the jute string you get at Dollar Tree and just tying a knot around that center part of the bow. I'm just doing this for a little added rustic touch to go with the bow. All right, so you can see that twine moves in there in that loop. Now you're just going to tie a knot at the top to be able to hang this on a tree, and then glue your bow at the top and trim it however long you want the tails to be. And I just love how these turned out. These would be great for an ornament exchange or just for a little something for a coworker. I hope you love how these turned out. Again, don't forget to let me know in the comments of this video and my previous 2 Christmas DIY videos how much you think these items could sell for at a craft show. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you'll be back next time. See you. Bye.